The Story Told by a Fawn by Vazha Pshavela, written in 1883. Chapter 1. I am a tiny orphan. The treacherous fortune chose the wrong day to make me an orphan. I am wearing a thin coat, covered with short hairs and white speckles. I have neither antlers nor teeth. My hooves have not hardened yet. I am lost. Look at my bloody leg. I hurt it when I went down into the ravine to drink water. My heart aches. Heart. Poor mother. When she was alive, she always doted on me. I suckled her milk as she caressed me and warned me of dangers. What will happen to poor me now? I can't drink milk anymore. Instead, I sip dew from the grass at dawn and dusk, soothing my craving for it. Homeless, I walk aimlessly, always shivering, waiting for death all day. God, I have so many enemies. Earlier, feeling sad, I wandered out of the forest and into the open field. I was taking in the view when, suddenly, a thunderous noise came from above. I raised my head. A giant, dark grey bird was descending upon me, shoulders tucked in tight, beak wide open. Terrified, I jumped back into the forest. The wretched bird missed me and crashed into the very spot where I had been standing. I still tremble when I picture its crooked beak and those diamond-sharp claws. Having missed me, it crashed onto its shoulders among the tall grass and blackberry bushes. Its eerie yellow eyes swept the field, and, frustrated by my escape, it struggled to rise, nearly entangled in the thorny shrubbery. I watched it all unfold from behind the tree, my heart pounding with sheer terror. Accept my gratitude, forest. Without your aid, not a hair on my coat would have endured. My heart tells me I will fall prey to my enemy. I am still inexperienced. I spent only 1 week with my mother. She was teaching me how to tell a friend from a foe. Who will guide me now? I always lie, hidden in the tall grass. Flies and mosquitoes won't leave me alone. Life with my mother was blissful. I could breathe freely then. We lived on that forest-covered mountain ridge, with deep ravines on both sides. Thick foliage kept us hidden. Our home was impenetrable. My mother would lie down on the hillside, and I would curl up beside her. Trees sheltered us on 3 sides, while she kept watch over the 4th. Now and then, she would lift her ears, and I would mimic her, perking up my tiny ears as well. 3 times we heard unusual sounds. It was nothing like the splash of the water I am so used to, nor the blackbird's cry, the woodpecker's tapping, the crack of a dry branch falling, or the rustle of leaves in the wind. I noticed that every time my mother heard this unfamiliar noise, she would leap to her feet and say, "Baby, follow me." She took off, and I would hop after her with all the strength. I didn't know who she was running from, nor could I understand why. I know now. Oh, how great is the number of our enemies. Human, why will you not pity me? A child, why won't you let me be free, so I may walk without fear in the beautiful green grass, stand on the mountain ridge and feel the evening breeze? I cannot leave the forest. If I go out onto the field, I must stay near its edge. Even then, terror follows me. I'm always on the lookout. Hiding behind trees, rocks, and tall grass I eat while trembling. And so, frightened to death, I will wither away. What have I done to you, human? Tell me what? What did my mother do to you? Did she steal your food? Did she drink your water? Why did you kill her and leave me alone? An orphan? Oh, humans. You rely on your skill and strength and do not care about us. You do not feel that we too love freedom. Your ruthless hearts refuse to see that we also cherish life and nature, the rustling of leaves and tall grass, The rushing water I so often listen to while holding my breath. The joy of running side by side with the forest animals. And yet you, yes, you human, relentlessly search for me. And thousands of weak and lonely creatures like me with your bloodshot eyes. You creep upon us with your gun and take our lives. Chapter 2. How could I not be afraid? It has only been a week since I first saw this world, and already I have seen so much fear and misery. Just the other day it was raining. My lovely mother, so full of life, stood beneath the beech tree, contentedly chewing her food. I stood beside her, overjoyed simply to be in her presence. Not once did I think of predators or death. Beside her, I felt safe. Raindrops filtered through the thick foliage above. I stretched my neck, trying to cool off in the gentle shower. "You enjoyed it, didn't you?" my mother asked. I nodded and bounced around her, occasionally burying my face in her stomach. A woodpecker circled a dead tree in front of us and drummed so loudly that it amazed me. My mother was so big, yet even she could not raise such a racket as this little bird. I enjoyed watching the woodpecker's silly dance. Suddenly, I heard a screeching noise. Looking aside, I saw a jay flying above us. "Hide behind me," my mother said, "or that bird will gouge your eyes out." I hid while my mother shook her head, trying to drive away the pesky bird. The jay darted towards me, but after multiple tries to reach me, it gave up. It perched on a branch of the beech tree, whining. The sound, it was just like my voice. My mother smiled and said, "Be careful, the jay is a great liar. It hunts little fawns like you. It cries and bleats, and if a young and foolish fawn, just like you, is nearby, it answers, calling back, 'That is exactly what the bird wants.' Then it swoops down and pecks out the fawn's eyes." A shiver ran through my whole body. "I will not answer. I'll hide at once." "That is right, baby. You should not be afraid. While your mother is alive, when I'm gone, you must be careful." Oh, I'm still so inexperienced, poor me. Chapter 3. Once it got extremely hot. My mother rose from her mossy bed and said to me, "Let's go to the water." We left, walking along the narrow ridge, then down through the tall, thick grass and into the ravine so deep that the sun's rays could not reach the bottom. Trees lined the banks, their tops woven together. Beneath them, raspberry bushes grew, their red crowns leaning over the stream. Cold, crystal-clear water ran over smooth stones, moving from one rock to the next, before pooling into a basin. My mother stepped into one of the shallow pools. I had trouble walking on the rocks with my tender hooves. "Come into the water, my child. You will love it in this heat." I timidly dipped one leg in. The water was unbearably cold. I jumped right back out. "It's cold. I can't bear to stand in it." "That's all right. You must get used to it now." I stayed in the water for a short while, and then we turned back. We heard voices coming from the clearing above us. "Those are not dangerous humans," my mother said. "A woman and a child. Our enemies don't sound like that. Still, we must be careful. Let's go through the fringe of the forest. We should avoid being seen near the edge of the field." Mother went ahead. I couldn't resist and peeked out, my body hidden, only my head showing. Someone shouted from a distance, "Oh no, Mommy! It's a wolf! Mommy, a wolf!" "Don't be afraid, my child. Show me where it is," the child's mother asked. "There! In the forest, with its ears up. Can't you see it?" The teary-eyed child pointed a finger at me. "Oh, sweetheart, it's a baby fawn, not a wolf. It's so beautiful." "Let's catch it, please," the child said to the mother, impatiently preparing to run toward me. "No, darling, we can't do that. This poor fawn has a mother too. She'll cry for her baby." I listened, holding my breath, pleased to hear such words of compassion. I wanted to eavesdrop for a little longer, but my mother returned, running up to me. "You fool," she said. "Do you believe them? Don't look that way. We have to leave now. Hurry, follow me. They will point out our location, and the hunters will kill us." Poor mother sensed what was coming. Chapter 4. We leaped into the air and dashed up the mountain, skipping along. The last words I heard were, "Oh, mother is there too." We started up the slope, covered with shrubs and ferns. The grass was wet with trickling water. Here and there, the baby fawn's footprints, unlike my own, were visible in the mud. It was terribly hot. Exhausted, we lay down among the ferns. Their wide leaves sheltered us from the sun's rays. Suddenly, clouds rose from the surrounding mountain peaks. Flocking together, thunder rumbled and lightning slithered across the sky. The rain fell in pillars over the distant mountain ridges. Soon it was pitter-pattering on the tree and fern leaves all around us. The noise was so loud, as if the universe itself was falling apart. Every living creature grew silent. The birds didn't dare sing or play. Even that pesky jay, the one that had filled me with terror before, didn't seem so frightening anymore. It sat in the beech tree, with its eyes closed and snot dripping from its beak, looking miserable, its shoulders slumped. Nearby perched a red-breasted bird, timid, harmless and chubby, its eyes endearingly shut. Then a finch joined them with its chatter. Startled, the jay opened its eyes and, terrified, began hopping from side to side with an ugly screech. I smiled. I had once thought the jay was the strongest creature. Finally, I saw its true colors. The rain stopped. The birds sang in unison. Grass and tree leaves shed tears of joy. My mother always loved to wander through the wet grass. She would often go down to the valley, taking me with her. And so we went again, walking along the edge of the field and up the mountain. We heard the sweet notes of a flute. Sheep grazed on grass newly covered with dew, scattered at the foot of the hill. The sun was half hidden behind the mountain, its pale rays bidding farewell to the peaks and forest crowns. On the hill sat the shepherd, wrapped in an abadi, playing his flute. Beside him stood a shaggy, fierce-looking dog. With vigilant eyes, it watched over the flock, occasionally glancing lovingly toward its master. "We have come to the wrong place," my mother said. "The shepherd bears no arms. Don't be afraid of him. But if that dog picks up our scent, it might chase us. Turn around and watch it. If it runs after us, I will show myself and you hide in the grass." The sheep startled when they saw us and kept staring in our direction. I hid among the thick old bushes, never taking my eyes off that fluffy-tailed dog. The frightened sheep made its ears twitch and darted toward us. The shepherd shouted. I trembled. The dog spotted my mother and ran after her. She swept through the air and vanished in an instant. Tears filled my eyes, my heart sank. "Oh, Mommy, what if that damn beast catches you?" For a long time, I heard the pounding and the clatter of stones from the ravine. What if it caught up with her? What if it's tearing her apart with its diamond-sharp teeth? Dusk fell. The shepherd called the sheep and drove them home. I watched his every move, my heart throbbing. He was abusing the poor animals, beating some with his big staff and throwing stones at others. A stone struck one lamb as small as me. The poor creature fell, legs twitching. The sight was miserable. The shepherd climbed the hill and called for his dog. Soon, I saw the dog standing beside its master on the horizon, its red tongue hanging out. I was terrified. What if its mouth was red with my mother's blood? Night fell, pitch black. No sound came from anywhere. Where is my mommy? What if she can't find me, if she's even alive? Soon I heard grunting. It sounded like my mother's voice. I answered her call. She came rushing toward me, panting. Are you here, my child? Keep calm. Your mother is alive. No dog or wolf can harm her. Are you alive? She asked. I am alive, was my answer. Mother nuzzled and caressed me. Who should I beg or cry to? Who has the power to give me another chance? To gaze into my mother's eyes, to delight once more in her embrace? How can I survive this sorrow? I wish the bloodthirsty enemy had killed me too. Why was I left alive? Just the other day, I cherished and adored my comforter, full of life and beauty. It never crossed my mind that the next day I would lose her forever. Chapter 5. We wandered all night through the valley, no longer afraid. We feasted in the rye field. At dawn, we turned back toward the forest. Cursed be that day. The valley lay lush with grass. A few wild cherry trees stood there. Thrushes and other birds flocked to them. Their chirping and singing filled the air. They flew back and forth, carrying food for their young. Mother warned me, it's dangerous to walk at this hour. Our enemies can track us on the wet ground. We must stay vigilant. That was my mother's last warning to me. She looked worried, as though she sensed her death was near. She would nibble on a leaf and then halt, utterly still. Willows grew closely together above us, and in front of them stood 3 tall birch trees, their trunks stretching up high. Suddenly, a gun went off like thunder in the sky. Its sound echoed through the mountains and cliffs. The plants and tree leaves trembled, smoke spread low across the dew-covered ground. My mother let out a moan and fell. Oh, no. I stood frozen. She rolled down the hillside, leaving a trail of blood on the grass. From behind the birch trees, a young boy leapt out, the corners of the grey coat tucked into his belt. He let out a cry of victory and sprinted after her. Poor mother struggled to rise. She lifted herself over and over, but her knees gave out each time, and she tumbled down the slope. I died, my body dissolving, when the wretched hunter pulled out a shiny dagger and slashed her throat. The gushing blood spilled onto the trees. I saw everything with my own eyes. But how could I help her? Poor, helpless me. He cut her breasts, the ones I used to suckle, and tore them open. Then he pulled her onto his shoulders and left. I cried heartbroken. Since then, I have been neither dead nor alive. Only weeping gives me solace. I wandered around, howling at the trees, the rocks, and the mountains. My tears wash over the grass and the river, but my mother won't come back. I can't see her anymore. I am an orphan, and I wonder who will hunt me down, who will paint their hands with my blood.